Hey everybody, welcome back to Soundcheck. This is Brent.
And this is Walter. Welcome back.
Yeah, back with another episode. Had a pretty good deathcore night.
Actually, it was fantastic. I was actually pleasantly surprised. It was like tech and then core.
Yeah, it's 420 Blaze It.
If you got 'em, smoke 'em.
Thursday night, Baltimore Soundstage. Entheos, Signs of the Swarm, Archspire, and Whitechapel playing The Valley in its entirety.
And some bonus songs, too.
Yeah, solid encore, some old school stuff.
I was actually like really, really surprised. Like, I forgot exactly what the first encore song was from the album Somatic Defilement, but it was I think something had to do with semen regurgitation.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone actually ever committed to memory those song titles, but it was
If I saw the
prostatic fluid asphyxiation.
Yes, that's the one. That was, oh man, I remember when I first heard that. When I first heard that song, I was like, this is really fucking heavy. Really, really heavy. And then like actually got into like reading the lyrics a little bit, and I was like, yo, these lyrics are like misogynistic as fuck.
Somatic defilement?
Yeah.
Oh, I
bet.
bet.
Like prosthetic asphyxiation.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Probably, yeah. I think, yeah, some of those songs were like in the point of view of like a killer or something.
Something like that.
Kind of like Infinite Annihilator level of grotesque lyrics.
I loved it though. Most people would be like, oh, why are you listening? Like, why are you reading that? And I was just like, well, it's kind of cool.
Yeah. It was interesting for me because seeing them again, because it's been a while. I saw them many years ago during our Endless War tour at Cafe 611, and they were a favorite band of mine for many years, Whitechapel, and then they just started to kind of lose me over a period of time with like our Endless War and the Saw Is the Law especially.
Yeah, they lost me at that.
Yeah, so I took a break from them, and then I heard that The Valley and Kin was pretty good. And even still, I gave it some time before I checked it out. But then I finally did, and I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, it's not so bad."
There was some magic there.
Yeah, they were trying some new stuff. Phil's doing more clean vocals. There was even kind of like a ballad. It seemed deathcore ballad there in the middle of The Valley. It felt like.
Yeah, I definitely felt it too. Like I was actually like pleasantly surprised that his like vocals are actually like very pleasant to listen to. Like his clean is actually very pleasant to listen to. It's like that like man singing. You know?
It wasn't. It wasn't just kind of gimmicky. It was actually legitimately pretty good. Had like a little southern twang to it.
And then actually hearing him speak, I was like, oh, he has like a deep southern accent like on the mic. I was like, oh wow, you are from Tennessee.
Yeah, his crowd work was kind of, I felt like, it was sort of like by the book, very kind of like matter of fact, like all the stuff you would sort of expect to hear. I guess that kind of happens with artists, groups that have been around for a good while. You know, they've been there, done that. They're just kind of rolling
absolutely.
with it. But yeah, I mean, I since I haven't listened to them in a while, I forgot what a powerhouse his vocals are. His lows are insane. I mean,
massive.
I mean, they have that wall, that sonic wall of all those down-tuned guitarists, and he still just punches through it.
Oh my God.
And I noticed too the way he held the mic.
He doesn't really like cup it.
I was going to say he doesn't cup it. He like holds it out
Away.
and just belts into it.
Yeah.
And Phil Bozeman, he's always been known for his lows, but earlier on the set, he did some shrieks that were pretty good. That were pretty
I actually
wild.
didn't notice.
Yeah, did some like manic high shrieks.
I think like during the first set, I was actually kind of like busy, like trying to stay alive. Because like a bit erupted, and I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it, but I was like, I wasn't expecting this, you know? And, God. Actually, like, pleasantly surprised. I actually really enjoyed that album live versus like listening to it like on my phone or whatever. Like, I always thought it was an okay album. Wasn't really like a top 10 favorite or whatever, but like, listening to it live, it is a different animal live. And actually kind of like brought a little bit of joy to me. Like saw everybody kind of like reliving the nostalgia. Like, cause it's an album already, a lot of people already know. So a lot of people already know the songs.
Yeah.
And it like, just like grooving to it and like belching out energy to that.
Yeah, they say it came out in 2019. So I imagine, they probably would have had a tour for it previously, and then now they're getting back from it after the pandemic and whatnot. yeah, the crowd erupted for them. They were definitely pent up waiting for them. And it was pretty aggressive. It was pretty all over the place. And yeah, it was a fun time. The fans were super into it. I wasn't familiar with the material, so I felt like kind of like an outsider looking in. But yeah, same thing. I liked the album live a whole lot more. Super heavy stuff.
Definitely felt darker live than it did like on record. That's the word I was looking for. In record, not my fucking phone. On record. Yeah, I mean, like, I think that was a solid show. It's like solid encore, and like the fact they had the what was it, the back screen like changed from like the Valley album cover to like their classic logo. Yeah, bringing back the heat.
Yeah, and then they also did Possession and This Is Exile, which was super fun to listen to. I'm sure they will at some point. They'll do like some sort of nostalgia tour, anniversary tour. I'd love to hear some of that, more of that old material live.
Archspire, awesome. Fucking loved it.
Yeah.
Like his fucking crowd work is amazing.
Yeah, they got a dynamo of a vocalist.
He's hilarious.
He was funny as hell and just constantly engaging with the crowd and keeping things going.
The fact that we played Twister.
Yeah, literally throughout a game of Twister into a set, 2 people were playing. You know, they did a really quick round and then wrap it up real quick, just a wall of death right into the song. And they just got like crushed, and then they, you know, threw up the game back on the stage. He thanked them for it.
God, yes. I remember my friend Alfredo actually sent me that video, and I was like, oh no, that was probably a one-off, whatever. And like, it looked really fun. And to actually see it in person, I was like, all right, I got to show him that they're actually doing this like full on the tour, you know? Man, my mind gets all fucking like messed up and jaggy when I'm like, want to spit out so many words at once. But
yeah, I was looking forward to seeing them the most tonight. I don't know what it was recently, but I've just been getting back into tech death, and especially their latest album. Was it Golden Mouth of Ruin?
Yeah,
is that what it's called? Yeah,
yep.
That album rips.
So good.
8 songs. It's like pretty brief. Doesn't overstay its welcome. It just tears through. It's super fun.
God, yes.
And even though it's like hyper fast and technical, there's still some breaks, there's still some melodies, and there's enough variety.
I was gonna say there's a little bit of like science to their madness, you know, method to their madness, and it's like, God, like you got the like whole neoclassical thing going on for them, and it's just like it fucking works. And then like you got the fucking the Tech 9 of like deathcore of tech death, like just spitting out fucking vocabulary at you at 400 BPM.
Yeah, they've really like embraced their own meme culture of their speed.
And I like how they don't really dress like all black or anything. Like Dean Lamb, like one of the guitarists, just has a fucking donut.
Yeah,
donut shorts he was wearing today. But like they all obviously take their craft pretty seriously, and like, God, their music is just really good.
I liked hearing the drummer live. He's nuts.
Yeah, fantastic. Like, there's no room for breathing. There's just like, you take one breath and you go.
Like we said, it's 420. I mean, you could smell the smoke throughout this whole set. I couldn't imagine being high for their set. It would be such sensory overload to me. I mean, I was sober the whole time, and I could barely grasp what was happening. I try to look at each instrumentalist and try to grasp like what they were doing at any particular moment, and it was all just a blur.
God, I think one of my favorite parts is like when they were about to end their set. It's like, all right, who's ready for Whitecastle? And I thought he was just like, oh, playing on Whitechapel, but he motherfucker actually threw out some Whitecastle burgers at the crowd. Yeah. I fucking loved it. I was like,
And what I liked too was the reaction of the other band members, because they were laughing along to it. Like, I feel like they weren't even aware of whatever antics he's going to do on a given night.
No, like they just have fun with it, and I love that type of crowd work, because it's like, it's serious, it's heavy, it's mean, but it's also funny.
Yeah.
God, I think he definitely Archspire's vocalist stole the show for me. tonight.
They're fun. They were my favorite part of the night. Entheos was very close.
God, yes.
And
I think they didn't get enough like hype.
Yeah, it's always hard for an opener.
Mm-hmm. But they've been around for a long time, and I feel like a lot of people still haven't gotten around to their sound.
They're pretty slept on.
Very slept on. Like it's very tech, but then it has like if you guys ever like take a deep dive to Naveen's older project Flesh Rot, like there's a lot of those elements into it. Been a fan of like his sound for a super long time, and like definitely had some of those like very atonal elements to it, and I love it. But it's also groovy too, very groovy, tight, like just I wouldn't say avant-garde. I like kind of like this is a very specific guitar sound, but like jazz armbeck, like just very weird and chaotic and chromatic and just like delicious goodness. I live for that shit.
Yeah, I listened to their most recent album on the drive up, and I was trying to like categorize it in my brain, and they are kind of hard to pin down. It was a lot of stuff. It was like technical deathcore, and then it'd be kind of proggy and death metal, and they just kind of jumped around, had a lot of different elements. Sometimes these like spacey melodies kind of remind me of Rings of Saturn a little bit, and awesome.
That's what
stuff.
you're talking about. I can kind of see it now.
Yeah, I was saying that earlier. I didn't mean to say they sounded just like it, but just I don't know. They kind of have these elements of it.
Yeah, I kind of see what you're saying now. Like, oh, dude, when they ended on the song "Sun Seeker" or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me check out the song title.
It was long. That song just kept going. It was awesome. It just kept churning. Every time I thought it was done, it would just veer a new corner and just pummel more breakdowns.
It was called "The Sinking Sun." That is my favorite track off that album. And when they ended with it, I was like, yes.
It was a fantastic finisher.
God, just so good. They were very slept on. Like, I hope they gain like popularity because like this album is fucking genius. And I mean, it rips.
For an opener, they still got like pits, and you know they got people going. People were pretty into it.
I think one of my favorite highlights of the show is like there's this like small kid with like a pair of like snowboarding goggles, just like going ham in the pit.
Oh yeah, I saw that guy.
And I was like, this kid is having the time of his life. I was like, I wish I had that energy now.
Yeah.
Because he was crowd surfing, he was like recording, going in the pits. Like, kudos to that kid. Like, I wish I had energy like that.
It was fun. Yeah, it was a very active crowd.
Signs of the Swarm. They were good. I was like, to me, like, I'm not really a big fan of like their sound, just because to me it's a little bit. Sorry, guys. It just doesn't really appeal to me as much. But like when they opened up with like the 2 new songs or something like that, I was actually very like, oh, this is actually really, really nice and groovy and heavy. And like there's like some like, I don't. It kind of caught my attention a little bit more. And then like I started to get like a little hype.
Yeah, I didn't. Going into tonight, I wasn't familiar with any of their material, and I thought I could have listened to something, but I thought I'd rather just kind of go in tonight and be impressionable, have an open mind about it. And I figured, assuming the name and the lineup, that they were going to be deathcore, and that was correct.
You could just tell by the logo.
Yeah, but I don't know. I went in expecting like generic deathcore, but I was pleased by it. The vocalist really he had good crowd work. He really got people motivated. And then, like you said, especially those 2 new singles of theirs were massive.
They were massive.
They were absolutely huge. And I wish I had recorded when that first new song played, because the whole crowd was jumping, and it was just one of those electric moments. It was awesome.
I was like kind of engulfed in the moment. I was like, after the song was nearly over, I was like, oh, I should have recorded that. But that was like one of those things. It was kind of like best kept like in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was very impressed with those 2 songs. I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll actually give like their albums a solid listen. And great crowd work from his end as well. And of course, every band was like 420 Boys.
Yeah.
Smoke if you got it. Whoa.
Yeah, it was a solid, fun deathcore night.
Yeah. Man. Entheos though, like I'm not gonna lie, I was really hyped to see them, and then like just really happy they had like a super tight set, and I'm glad their new albums like starting to take off a little bit. Y'all need to fucking listen to Entheos. And oh yeah, there was like actually the crowd today was actually pretty stable. I didn't have any like assholes like to like judge or anything.
Yeah, I mean there were some people who like just kind of violently pushed everyone out of their way when they're making a beeline for the pit, but yeah, other than that, I didn't notice anything egregious.
Yeah, same. And yeah, everything. Oh, no, we were leaving. There was a fucking drunk ass old dude.
Yeah, getting his ass carried out of there.
That was really funny. I was like, bro, you got drunk at this show?
That's awesome.
he was like, you fucking
420 Thursday night at a deathcore show.
God. It was
rage on, brother.
I was like, why the hell is he getting carried out? And I saw his face. I was like, oh, he's fucked.
Sloshed. Yeah,
he's sloshed. No, I think that was a pretty funny highlight for me. And yeah, no, nothing else. It was a pretty solid night.
Yeah, I think I'd give it like a solid 8.
I was gonna say like 8.3.
Yeah,
it was super solid. Really enjoyed tonight's show. Wasn't disappointed. Every band had like an eye-catching moment for me.
Yeah,
and
everyone
like,
delivered.
Yes, absolutely. And I was really surprised it was kind of like almost sold out.
Yeah, it like, was pretty packed.
I didn't think it was gonna like get sold out just because it's a Thursday night. But like seeing the crowd like slowly trickle in, I was like, oh, this is actually like a pretty anticipated show. Oh, speaking of anticipated shows,
Whitechapel's a big name. They're a big draw too.
Speaking of anticipated shows, Sleep Token sold out within like the first few days.
Yeah,
their whole tour.
Yeah,
I was pissed because I wanted to get us tickets.
They blew up. Their whole tour is already sold out.
The whole tour sold out.
That's unreal. That's like that Lorna Shore tour recently that sold out every tour.
Yeah,
it was like I think the first deathcore show to do that.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Like I literally was like trying to cop tickets like maybe like a week or two after they've been posted, but like within the week sold out, and now resale is going for like 200 plus.
It's unreal. I mean, we saw them at some show.
We were there. We weren't really impressed that time.
It was like Lil Aaron, Sleep Token, Polyphia, who we were there for.
And for what was the last band? I know it was the headliner.
My brain is saying "Woe is me," but that's not it.
It wasn't "Woe is me." It was.
Oh, Hajira also was an opener.
It wasn't "Woe is me." It was fuck. Goddamn.
Damn, I have no clue.
Whatever.
It's probably in my list of shit, but I don't feel like looking it up.
I'm sorry, guys. If you remember that tour, post it in the comments.
Yeah, it's like we didn't think anything of Sleep. Like we actively disliked them.
Yes. Yeah, we actively disliked them.
And then then this new album cycle started rolling around. These singles they were dropping were like really solid. Good. And yeah, now people are going crazy for them.
I think like what happened was like we weren't familiar with their sound, and then we were expecting one thing. And then I think the lineup itself was kind of whack, so we were already kind of like in a Lil
Aaron put us in a bad mood.
Sorry, dude. Not sorry. Just wasn't really feeling the vibe. But Sleep Token now definitely refined their sound.
Yeah, I liked it more when you sent me a single and you said it had like some R&B elements. Yeah. And so I was kind of open to something different, not expecting just metal necessarily.
Mm-hmm. God. Well, anyways, that's all I really have to say. 8.3 on my book.
Yeah.
Super solid night. Loved it.
8.0. I just had three little tidbits of good news now that we talked about the concert.
All right.
One, some local boys that we know and have probably met at some point amongst the Triffids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, some local, I think they're like metalcore.
Mm-hmm.
They released I believe it's their first album. It's self-titled.
I've actually never checked them out. I've always seen Cameron like always post shit about them, but I never actually checked it out. Sorry, dude.
I listened to it today at work and it was banging.
Oh, hell yeah.
My attention never wavered. I was into it the whole time. Lots of great riffs, creative riffs. great vocals. Yeah, it was a fun listen. I just wanted to give them like a little shout out.
Shout out.
The other thing, for any fans of hardcore, mathcore, metalcore, you probably already know the news.
Oh yeah.
But we were so damn excited.
Do you want to say the name in 3 seconds?
Sure.
3, 2, 1.
Better Lovers. Yeah, we were so excited about the news of the new group Better Lovers. You got Greg Picciotto, vocalist from Dillinger Escape Plan, Jordan Buckley, guitarist from Every Time I Die, Will Putney, Fit for an Autopsy, and
award-winning producer.
Yeah, guitarist. Unfortunately, I don't remember the other members off the top of my head.
I think you named them all.
There's like 2 others. And yeah, so excited. They've dropped 1 single, and I feel like I'm in some sort of alternate timeline that I shouldn't be a part of or something. It's so unreal hearing this song that is like the best elements of Every Time I Die and Dillinger put together, and they're saying they're in it for the long haul and get ready for, much more material. So they're already on tour with We Came as Romans, Under Oath, and The Word Alive.
Oh yeah, we actually gotta go see them.
Yeah, Pier 6 Pavilion, Baltimore, like fairly soon. I mean, they just announced this and they're already on tour.
I wonder how long that was kept secret in order for them to be like, all right, we're going on tour right now.
It's probably been a bit, and yeah.
God, like when you sent me that, like I was actually very surprised, like very, very surprised that like already the names that like the lineup for the band, I was like already hooked. And I know, like, you were really excited for, like, Jordan Buckley because, like, Every Time I Die.
Oh, yeah.
And
I forgot I was wearing that.
And I saw Will Putney and I saw Greg, and I was like, oh, Dillinger and Fit for an Autopsy. And, like, I know it's going to be grimy, but I know it's also going to be very heavy and kind of like, what's that word that I want to say? That's kind of like, it's like that Every Time I Die sound, but, like, Every Time I Die has, like, just, like, more of a tame sound than Dillinger. I don't know how to describe it.
I don't know. They can be pretty chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people call them chaotic hardcore.
Chaotic-core.
Or like metalcore, too.
I don't even know what to describe them. The good ones, they don't have a name. But yeah, no, when you sent me that single, I was listening to it at work, and I was like, I got to listen to that again.
I know.
I got to listen to that again, actually.
I saw the Metal Injection headline about it, naming new group and artists, and it was like I had dyslexia all of a sudden. I had to reread it 3 times. I was like, what is this? Like, who? What's happening? Mm-hmm. And then I listened to the single, and my brain like couldn't even process what was happening. Like, I was hearing Greg just right out the gate, as if he didn't miss a beat from the Dillinger days, just like shrieking. And just like these mathy riffs, and I was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is what I've been wanting.
It's like,
and it's back.
It's like, it's like drinking a drink after a long day of work.
Yeah.
And it's something you've been wanting and needed for a while. Happy for you. I'm glad you're getting what you want.
I couldn't be happier. I'm so excited for it. So excited to.
I'm excited to see, like, if we comp tickets, we should go definitely Pier 6 Pavilion. I would just go to see them. I don't care about the rest.
Yeah, that's the same way I feel. Mm-hmm. And I don't think I've been to Pier 6 before.
It's pretty cool.
It looks like a pretty nice venue.
Wait,
it's more kind of outdoor.
You weren't there when I saw Anderson .Paak, right?
No, I've never been there.
Oh, yeah, it was a really tight show, actually. Outside with Earl Sweatshirt and Thundercat. Super sick. Super sick lineup.
That's cool.
It was very cool. But yeah, oh my god, yeah, Better Lovers. I'm excited for them. I think I'm actually more excited for you because you're like mainline.
Yeah, I'm always just looking for the next band that sounds like Dillinger. I'm always just trying to.
You need your fix, bro.
Hit that fix. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Dillinger with solos.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. Well, I actually have nothing else to say from here on out.
Okay. Oh,
what is your last?
I have one last little thing. One last tidbit of good news. We had an adoring fan.
Reach
out to us.
Oh yeah.
And it was on one of our previous videos.
which I thought was kind of, he seems like a little colorful fella.
He left a very endearing message. A man by the name of Michael Bain said, quote, "This is fucking horrible. Get some self-awareness."
Thanks, dude.
And as if those kind words were not enough.
Yeah, those were fantastic.
He actually went one step further. He found my house.
He tracked your IP.
He found me. He came to my door. He knocked on the front door. And I go, "Oh, well, I wasn't expecting company. This is odd." And I open the door and, there's Michael Bain holding in his hand 10 crisp, fresh from the bank, $100 bills.
Hell yeah.
And he extends his hand and he gives it to me.
God.
And he goes, "Thank you for your service. This is for the podcast." And then I won't repeat the rest of the words he says, but there was just a whole monologue. And I'll just cherish it forever.
I think you should cherish it.
I'm going to just keep it in my heart. I won't repeat it to anyone else. But I just want to say thank you, Michael.
Thanks.
We don't even have a Patreon, and you're our first supporter. You have funded us.
Yes. It's guys like you who really make our world go around.
Because of you, we can do what we do.
Yes. Thank you, my guy. Hopefully I'll see you soon.
And on that note, that's all I got.
That's all I got.
Thanks, y'all. This is Brent signing off.
This is Walter signing off. Peace.
Peace.